Hey guys, JH. Welcome to practice tee. It's not a bad practice tee today. Actually pretty good. Hardly any wind at all. So unusual for here. Okay guys. Carrying on with the Bruen project, the Bruen experiment, and some people have asked me why, well just why, JH, why would you go down the road of trying to teach such a difficult swing? Guys, let's just really understand what the JH practice tee is about. None of the stuff that I extol on the JH practice tee is about teaching anybody else. All it is a window of my practice sessions and my development programs. That's all it is. That's all the videos are. I never set any of this stuff up on the basis of saying you should do this. I give you the option of trying it, and I just make it available for that purpose. And really, at the end of the day, guys, if I had to come on the JH practice tee as much as I do, and hit as many balls as I do, and just do the same thing all the time, I just wouldn't do it. It would drive me nuts. It's just not JH. I'm an inquisitor. I mean, I just like to look at other types of everything. Not only golf swing, everything. I'm just an inquisitive dude. Always have been. And when I look back and think back at some of these swings and some of the results that they proved or actually created and provided, I think, well, there must be something quite dramatic in these golf swings that are different to other golf swings, and they're worth exploring. Just call me Christopher Columbus of golf swing or exploration. Guys, I've tried them all. And a lot of people say, you have tried them all, JH, and they all look the same. They may look the same, but they never ever feel the same, and they never ever give the same ball flight. Every swing I've ever tried, particularly channel lock, gives exquisite ball flight and an entirely different type of ball flight to a conventional golf swing. And I think the Jimmy Bruen swing will do that. Now, I'm never going to get Jimmy Bruen's look. I will never get that. And as I say, it's just so annoying that I can do that in a practice swing and can't get close to it in a golf swing. But I will have some of the facets, I hope, of his process, of his geometry, of his swing dynamics, that I can graft into my golf swing. Even if they're not looking visually the same, if they have a semblance of the performance reaction that he gets out of his golf swing, I'll be happy. Now, I know I get that, guys, because I get ball flight that is entirely different to my normal golf swing. Entirely different. So, I mean, I know it's different, and I know it performs extraordinarily well when it's done. Okay, having said all that. Yeah, so guys, this is never, I never go and, I've never set this practice tee up to be a teaching tee. But all it is an open window to what I do. And most time it's just my practice sessions and my exploration and development. That's all it is. Now I've got to work out some drills that I can get the club here. And really, one of the really most important things for me is to be able to sort of feel it there. I never feel it there in a proper swing. I can feel it there clearly. I can feel it there in that practice swing. But I don't feel that in the golf swing yet. I'll get it. I'll get it down the track. Why will I get it down the track? Because it's worth it. It's just worth it, guys. I say, we don't want to live a life of sameness. Okay. Ben Hogan had the same golf swing. Mo Norman had the same golf swing. And they practiced their whole life to have the same golf swing. And it was an amazing result. But that's not JH. I just want to explore. And even the best periods of my life, my golfing life, when I've been playing really well, I've always been looking at something else to give me a different result. Even when I've been playing what I thought was extraordinarily well. And I have had periods of that. When I first came back from Mo Norman, I played fantastic. For sort of 6 or 9 months. And what happened? I got bored with it. Even though I was teaching it, I got bored with it. Okay, so what are we going to add to the Bruen project? Okay guys, now what is inherent in all good golf swings, with the exception of Mo Norman's swing and channel lock, is that in most conventional golf swings, when they have a wind-up of that description, or that description in the backswing, this has been wound up as well, and invariably on the downswing, it's the first thing that starts to unwind. And you see exemplary hip action in all good players. Now, to have exemplary hip action, you have to have a fair degree of flexibility. I don't, and I'm lazy with my hips. But I see in Jimmy Bruen, and very much in guys like Jim Furyk. I mean, Jim Furyk is, he turns his hips more than anybody, to the extent that his trail hip is in a position where his hands almost hit it on the downswing, because he's already got them turned as much as he does. So I'm saying that we've got to sort of get, as a starter of our downswing, maybe in conjunction with what I said the other day, where we've got to get the club exiting left like that, guys, on the arc, and not like that, because Jimmy never hit it like that. Jimmy went here and he went, that's very much what he looked like, didn't he? He went, that's what his swing looked like. And that was the club going left of the line. It drops inside and then gets his half arc here, and it picks up the other half arc of the circle there. You don't, like, it's a circular action. Every golf swing is a circular action. Even Mo Norman's swing is a circular action. It has arc attached to it. So we don't want to have, half of, we don't want to have this bit of the arc in the half of the golf swing, and get to here and then cut this arc off over here and push the club down the line. We don't want to do that. We don't want to have this beautiful arc here. We're coming into impact and then we cut that arc off, that arc going over there, we cut that off and we go down the line here. Don't want that, guys. That creates problems. The hands go. Okay, there's a lot of that in channel lock, but there's a lot of release in channel lock as well. So channel lock's different. Channel lock, we go here and we hit across the line, but we release the club. If that's the target there, with channel lock, we're in the channel, we're firing the club across the line, but we're releasing the face of the club to the target. We don't fire the club across the line and then keep going there. We go in the channel there and then we release the face to the target. Now with the Bruen swing, or any good conventional golf swing, you've got to get that aggressive half arc of release on this side. And that is that, here. We've got to have that. Now what will help you with that is getting this lead hip active, here. As soon as I do that, the feeling is that by moving the hip that way, that it wants to pull the golf club that way. And it wants to pull the handle of the golf club in and that club head out. We don't want the handle out and the club head in. You can't hit the ball like that. We've got to get this feeling. Club head in, handle in, club head out. Here's our here. But if we get to the top of the swing and we do that immediately wants to move the club in that arcing circular fashion. It wants to do that. So the emphasis, guys, is that we're going to have that low and left for a right-hander, low and left of the target line release of the club, basically going around there. And we're going to start that action with the lead hip. I haven't hit any shots, and I've been in the gym today with my son. My son's wanting to train, and we've been there a couple of days, and he's put on some weight and he wants to get it off, and he's a big dude, he's 6'4", and he wants to get some weight off, and so we were working pretty hard today, so I'm pretty pretty stiff and rigid. But again, guys, this is the JH practice tee. You're seeing it as it is. So come up and hit some shots. Got 5 iron here, guys. Now there's the out of bounds fences here today, and it's a pity because like an hour ago there was no clouds. Just perfect. I thought it'll be great to hit shots down range. But it's the clouds come over. Yeah, so guys, tight, probably about 8 yards to that fence there. What breeze there is blowing that way. It always blows that way. So we're going to go left of the line release, but the left of the line is going to be propagated by clearing that lead hip. Now what'll happen in doing that, guys, you'll be thinking lead hip in your backswing, and you'll start to get it going too early. You don't want to do that because that'll chop off your backswing. You've got to get to the top here, and then that lead hip has got to start going. If you start get it going too early, you'll just chop off your backswing. Now that's hard to do because I'm not an active releaser of the hip. I'm just not. Never have been. And the point I made the other day to somebody was that ultimately I want to get the golf ball back off the trail foot with the Bruen action, but with the channel lock ball position and the channel lock channel. That's the Frankenstein channel lock, which is the Bruen lock. But I won't have it back there all the time when I'm developing it. But bear in mind the ultimate objective is to get it back there. Okay. Okay, come on, Jane. Here. Can I have a practice for me? Here. So we want the club to go. Here. That's good, guys. By thinking I want the club over there, I get that throwing action, which is, that's what I want. All the cows are here today. Hey, guys. Fantastic. Critics, I never say much at all. I get a couple of, I think, moos of admiration on occasions. Probably in the in the cow realm, I'd probably be a star. Some people say I've got a cow of a swing. Okay, watch this. Come on. Come on, so slap it left, JH. Look at this, guys. Look where I am here, look. Gee, that's a good shot first up. See how low those hands are? And that was... So that's a slap left. Absolute slap left. Call that slap left. Slap left on an arc. Guys, we're still getting interference on the audio because we're right under the microwaves here. Even though the planes are coming in infrequently, all the landing microwaves are still on. And they're about, like 200 metres wide, so I can't get away from them. I'm getting constantly microwaved. What I do when my wife wants, we're going to have chicken at night for something, I just bring the chicken out and put it on the seat of the buggy here and just leave it here for a couple of hours. The microwave cooks it. I'm probably being cooked. What has it ever got to do with the golfswing? Okay, so we're gonna slap it left for that release. Get that lead hip going. Look at this, guys, look. Huh. Woo! That was motoring. That was motoring. That's what I'm doing. Getting here and then just slapping that, but I want to get it going with the hip. Look at this, guys, look. That's just laser straight. Now we see that in Jimmy's swing, don't we? We see this animated, like lassoing, Zorro's twirling type thing. And I'm picking this up every day, every night. I look for an hour at Jimmy, and I'm trying to sort of ingest the feel and the feel of the look, or the look of the feel. But that feels like, that's what that feels like. I've got to get more width in it. I kid you not, guys, those two golf balls, there would be a foot difference in the landing. And that's with a really tired, stiff and rigid golf swing. It feels out of control. Well, it feels totally out of control. This is great up here, guys. This is right at the end of the property. Nothing up here but the cows. That's all our range down there. It's fantastic up here. Get a lot of freeway noise, I notice, on the audio. I'm sorry about that, but it's right there. It's only a couple of hundred metres right there. I can hear it now. I never hear it when I'm here. And it's interesting, when I get on video, things can happen around me. The day the big eastern brown snake went across behind me, and I didn't even know it was there till I saw it on the video at home. It's the most dangerous snake in the world. And I remember years ago there was some lunatic came in behind me and dropped his pants back there on a video. I didn't even know he was there. I didn't know he was there till I went home and did the video. Came in, dropped his pants and then buzzed off. I don't see anything, I don't hear anything once I'm here. That was funny. Had a mask on, but I knew who he was. Here we go. So we're just going to slap release it over here, but get the hip going. We're onto something here, guys. We are onto something. Look at this. What's that? That's that. What's that? That's that. Here we go. That's just a brilliant shot. And it just feels totally out of control. My goodness. Look at this, guys, look. I mean, they are amazing how straight they are. This is what I love about this. Imagine just coming out and beating balls. Why would you do that? Well, because you want to be a really good player and be consistent. Ask Greg Norman that. Or Nick Faldo. Don't ask Colin Montgomery. I think Colin Montgomery's probably hit 200 practice balls in his life. It's not true. All these guys, they say Bobby Jones didn't practice. I met a guy in the States years ago whose brother knew Bobby really well, and he said when Bobby wasn't, Bobby was out hitting balls every day. He said he never practiced, he was out hitting them every day. That guy, was his mate, and didn't live with him, but knew him really well. He was in the lobby, so Bobby hit millions of balls. So there's a lot of myth in golf. Here we go. Oh, look at this. You don't want to hear it, guys, do you? You don't want to hear that that's the best shot I've ever hit. That's the best shot I've ever hit. There's the old tank commander. Frankie. He's the range manager. Nicest human being on the planet, guys. Just the loveliest person. Used to be a tank commander. The big Centurion tanks. Lovely guy. Here we go. Now we know that there's an atomic particle in the Mo Norman swing, we know that. this could be the atomic particle in the Bruen swing. They're stunning golf shots. Stunning. Wow. And one of the guys here in Australia, Paul Gunning. Paul, what? This is what it's about, buddy. You know when you said you developed that tremendous power? This power is unbelievable. And it feels like a slow motion golf swing. And that ball is just, it's right down near the back fence there. I'm normally about 30 metres short of that back fence from here with this 5-iron. I reckon these are close to that fence. There's another one. Just got to elongate the backswing more and get the hip going. I haven't been keying on the hip. I've been keying on getting the release left of the line and the slap down. It's this. I feel like that. That's what it feels like. That's exactly what it feels like. Now if I can just do that smoothly, that's just fantastic flight. See how low my hands are and how far around my body they are. They haven't mowed the grass up here, guys. It's and I'm on an upslope here. Come on. Look at this. Look at the blade. That's where we want it here, don't we? So I must be firing it down and over. They're just the feeling, guys. You would think the ball would be going over here. It's just going dead straight. And I mean dead straight. Even with that wind. Just holding it, and it just wants to blow it over that fence. But it's not. Come on, Jay. Look at this, look. That's what I call octopus arms. They feel like an octopus that's had a triple cappuccino. Too much caffeine. I actually had one at lunchtime. Guys, I've never been an alcohol drinker or smoker or drug taker or anything, but I'm a coffee fiend and I only drink cappuccino. But that's my vice. And copious quantities of chocolate. Yeah, that's why I train hard. Come on, get those hips going and slap down. Oh, you can't hit it that good, JH. You've never been able to hit it that good. I've never been able to hit the ball that good. And you wonder why, for the guy, can't remember his name, for the guy that said, JH, why are you going down this difficult road? Because that's why. Because the road, to travel the road of difficulty and achieve that, what do they say? You should always take the high road. Why? Because there's not many people on it. Why isn't it? Because it's a difficult road to travel. And you've got to do this, guys. You've got to commit yourself. Great saying that I used to have when I was training guys. Say, guys, it's the same boiling water that softens the potato and hardens the egg. The difference is what you're made of. And if you're going to achieve something, you've got to put this type of effort in. Now, I knew this would be a hard project. And for even someone that hits the ball as many balls as I do and reasonably well coordinated, I could usually hit most swings without any trouble. I knew it'd be a long project. But I knew that there would be an atomic particle that would come up, that would just arrive. And here it is. Every one of those shots is perfect. And I mean perfect. I mean absolutely perfect. We've got to get the hip going now. Come on, Jay. Oh, why are there clouds around? This is the day I want to be hitting down range. Why are there clouds around today? Anyway, it won't be a cloudy day every day, guys. It won't be a cloudy day every day. And people say, why don't you get the tracker and the good camera? Because, guys, this is just my practicing. I'm not trying to be a polished YouTuber. This is just an open window to what I do. Not trying to impress anybody. Not trying to make any money out of it. That'll be good, but I don't. I'm not trying to. Come on. Oh, you've got to see this. You have got to see that ball fly. Oh. I'm stunned today. This is my atomic particle day. I knew I'd have one. I thought it would take a lot longer to get or to achieve. I don't know if you can hear that, guys. Does that sound all right? That's hammer time. That's absolutely, as I say, using that hackneyed line that I constantly, you wouldn't be able to putt with that ball because I have a flat side on it. Absolutely smashed it. Now, absolutely smashed relative to JH's smash factor, which is virtually zero compared to, you know, a world-class ball striker. But I have my days. I have my days where I can hit it okay. Well, I always hit it okay, but I have days when I can get really exceptional contact. And those shots are exceptional. Come on, getting the feel. I could tell you anything. I could tell you anything. It's just crazy. I feel like for the younger people, wouldn't even know who Zorro was, but it used to be a TV series. He used to carve a Z with his sword. But that's what it feels like. It feels like, and guys, you just got to release it that way with a slap. Slap relief on the lead side arc, half arc. That's a half arc. And you've got to be very careful saying that. You wouldn't want to have a couple of drinks and go around saying half arc. Donald Mooney in Ireland would like that. I know, I can hear you giggling, Donald. I know you'd like that. I'll get over there, hopefully getting over there next year, or maybe, if planes ever fly again. You know, changing the subject, you know, we in Australia now are not allowed out of the country. Our own country, we're not allowed out. We're not allowed to fly anywhere. We're not even allowed out if we say we're going out and never coming back. We're not allowed out. We are under martial law in this country. I don't want to make this video political, but we're under martial law here. It's beyond belief. We're not even allowed out of the country. You can't fly out. What's going on? What's happening in the world? My buddy rang me from Canberra the other day and said, JH, we're under martial law, do you realise that? I said, cut it out. We're under martial law. We've got the whole of Victoria under curfew. 5 million people state under curfew. Never happened in the federation of this country. And it's against our constitution. It's happening. Anyway, I'm not confined here, and I'm not in this area where I live here. We're not under curfew. But I wouldn't be surprised if the mask patrol came up here and jumped over the fence and said, we're going to fine you $5,000 for not wearing a mask because you're going to give COVID-19 to the cows or the magpies. That's how stupid it is here in this country right now. Who said I wasn't going to be political? It's unbelievable. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, come on, Zorro. Never in my life have I ever hit the ball like that. Not ever, ever. I know it's going to happen. There's some clouds coming over. I'll probably get struck by lightning. Because now I've achieved nirvana. That's the greatest ball flight I've ever had. That's the greatest ball flight I've ever had with any golf swing. Holy cow. And what does it look like? I tell you what it feels like. I'm going, bang. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Tell you when it comes down. Now. Not bad for an old dude. These are all just, as we say in Australia, I diddle diddle, right in the middle. And I feel like jumping over the moon. Huh. Can't wait for my buddy to get here. It's going to rain, guys. It's coming in really dark. Come on, Jay. Okay, I've got to get the club finishing lower. I mean, that's a huge hit. Just got to get it, with that slap, I've got to get it finishing lower on that arc. It's got to be low left release. The slap has got to be low and down. That's the sort of movement I see in Jimmy's swing. Now I'm starting to get the feel of it. I don't know, guys. It's just a pity that you just wouldn't see the ball. It's just clouded in. All right, I'll see if I can have a super low